Most people know me as the Christian homeschool girl who was shy and socially awkward, but only a few people really know the true meaning behind that facade. It all started for me in 8th grade when I was sexually assaulted by a staff member at the Christian school that I attended. I looked to that person as almost a father figure, so when that happened to me, I developed a lot of fear, anxiety, and distrust in all older men. I then went into the public school system where I dated around and was broken up with repeatedly, time after time after time again. And each time that I was broken up with, on top of all the feelings I already had inside of me, I also started developing really bad insecurities. Was I not pretty enough? Was I not smart enough? Was I not skinny enough? Was I doing something wrong that I couldn't keep a boyfriend? Was I not doing something that I should be doing? I lived a sheltered life, so those insecurities led to curiosity, and curiosity launched me into a full-blown pornography addiction for over a year throughout high school. I didn't tell anyone that I was struggling with that kind of stuff. I put myself on this pedestal that I had to be perfect, get straight A's, be the perfect Christian, be the perfect student, be the perfect daughter. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and so I felt like everyone was looking to me because there weren't many Christians at our high school. So since I was known as that, if I did something wrong, gosh, well, now I just did a bad name for the Christian rap. What would my parents think? What would the church think? Girls don't struggle with that kind of stuff. That's a man sin. I started into pornography out of curiosity. What did a girl have to do to keep a boyfriend? Because everyone kept breaking up with me. So social media wasn't even really a big thing back then in my sophomore year of high school, but MySpace and Zanga were, and literally I don't even remember what I typed in, but it was a rabbit hole. Like, I just started reading. Reading led to pictures led to videos, and this was an everyday thing after school for me, and then I would just delete the history afterwards because I was doing homework on the computer, so my parents never knew about it. So during my junior year, I attended a youth conference and was delivered from my pornography addiction. I then started dating my best friend in high school, who happens to be this person, and I put a lot of trust in him, and I opened up to him about my struggles with pornography, and it went a lot smoother than what I thought in my head. He was just kind of like, okay, cool. I had this image in my mind that he was gonna be like, well, I don't want to date you then. Like, ew, you're dirty. Like, I want the perfect Christian girl like I thought you were.
Yeah, and we both grew up in a sheltered church, a sheltered environment. We didn't really have the language or the transparency, the authenticity of having those conversations. Even as 16, 17-year-olds, we didn't have those conversations with our parents or with our church leaders. Sex was just off topic. Like, you just don't do it and you don't talk about it. Right. And so, we're dating and we're talking about these things. She's clearly already struggled with a pornography addiction. I have no idea what that means or what kind of baggage that even came before that. We had no way as 16, 17-year-olds of how to deal with that, how to deal with that heaviness. And we had no leadership or no adults to even talk to.
That was the hardest part, because who do I trust? Because I didn't trust any man because I thought something was going to happen to me again. I didn't trust any woman because women didn't deal with that kind of stuff.
Right.
So who was going to relate to me? I mean, I was super clingy to you, and so much. I mean, I knew the first moment I met him that I was going to marry him, and this was my husband. I was going to spend the rest of my life with him. So because I knew that in my heart of hearts, I decided to lose my virginity to him before marriage. And at that point, I was like, I don't care. I'm in love, and we're going to be together forever. And
I didn't know that.
And he didn't know that.
I just like, this girl's cool, and we love Jesus, so like.
And I had a promise ring, so it obviously meant nothing. My promise ring meant nothing.
Oh, come on, the promise ring thing. Stop with the promise ring.
It means nothing. So, real talk, we were sexually active up until our marriage. We had already had sex once. For us, we felt like it wasn't a big deal. It was almost diluted every time we would be sexually active with one another. I had a lot of fear and anxiety in our engagement. Is this the person I'm supposed to be with? Is he going to break my heart? Is this my destiny? Thinking now, because I wasn't completely living for Jesus and we had sexual activity in our lives, that's probably why I was feeling so anxious the entire time.
Definitely why.
Now that I've just done my own therapy session right here on this couch,
Right.
I'm realizing
Yeah.
that God has intended sex for marriage for a purpose. If you're having sex outside of marriage, other crap's gonna come into your life. Anxiety, fear, depression, insecurities,
Yeah.
all of it's gonna come in because God has formed this present for you for marriage. And if you open it before, it's not that great of a present anymore. God knows your heart. God knows my heart, and He knew my heart. I had a pornography addiction and dated men, and He protected me from sexual activity with them. Like, He was working overtime to guard me and guard my heart from multiple instances where something should have happened to me. No matter what you've done, there is grace and forgiveness from God for you. No matter if you've messed up, give it to God and He can take care of it. It doesn't matter if you maybe haven't told people what you've gone through. You've kept it hidden because you don't want your identity to be ruined. Give it to God and He can take it from you.
Yeah.
If something happened to you and it's not even your fault, give it to God and He can take that pain away from you.